daisies, snowflakes, that girl, chestnuts, rainbows, springtime, is that girl, she's tinsel on a tree, she's everything that every girl should be.
Hi, welcome to Jaclyn Says. I'm Jaclyn St. James here to answer your questions. Today we have Michael from Wisconsin, and he asks, "Hi, my boyfriend of 4 years lost his job and he had no money and nowhere to go, so I said he could stay with me while he sorted himself out. He got a job a year ago and he's still living with me and not paying for anything except food because he pays most of what he earns to his ex-wife and maintenance for 2 kids. My apartment is tiny and was hardly suitable for the 2 of us, and now he wants to bring his 2 daughters for an extended stay, so he can spend time with them as they live quite a distance away. The place is too small and he doesn't pay rent, and I do not agree with him on this. I have tried talking about it, but he refuses to discuss his finances. He says he doesn't ask me what I'm doing with my money, so why do I do it to him? I have asked him to move out, again, as he seems to be doing okay in the job, but he just hasn't. He pretends the conversation never happened. Maybe he still can't afford it, I don't know, but I can't take it anymore. I can't have 2 almost teenagers in my apartment for a couple of weeks. I have to work and sleep. Please help. I feel trapped. I was just trying to help him at the time." What a nerve. If there's something worse than a freeloader, it's an entitled freeloader. His comment that he doesn't owe you explanations about what he spends his money would be acceptable if he paid rent and share of the bills. But since he doesn't, he is actually spending your money. I mean, the money that he owes to you, or to be precise, that he would feel he owes to you if he had a conscience, if he weren't a confirmed moocher. As for hosting his daughters, while it's true that if you date a single dad, you have to foresee, in fact, to welcome a certain degree of involvement with his kids. I mean, it's also true, nevertheless, that the laws of physics can't be stretched either. And an apartment which is already barely able to fit the 2 of you cannot fit 4. Also, if you have, if you have any reason to be wary, because the boyfriend who was supposed to be at your place just temporarily as an emergency solution, then he never moved out. I mean, so one has to wonder if he is going to suggest and allow his daughters to do the same thing. I'm afraid that you'll have no option but telling him politely, but in no uncertain terms, that it's just time to move. It would be time regardless, but the arrival on the scene of the daughters making his move out mandatory. I mean, this is non-negotiable, this is urgent. If you had wanted to run a homeless shelter, you could have done just that. And taking in people who needs a free roof over their heads is way more than he and his kids do. Of course, I realize that this will hurt his pride or his wallet, and he may decide that this is the end between you 2. But that wouldn't be an unhappy ending. It would be a blessing in disguise, girl, let me tell you. Moocher, ungrateful, manipulative, pushy, and bossy. If you let your brain have a voice too, and not just your heart, you'll see that losing him, honey, it wouldn't be such a big loss. So Michael, I do hope that this helps you, and I'll see you next time with a new answer to your questions. Bye for now.
Popcorn, white wine, that girl, gingham, bluebirds, Broadway.